Hello my friend Helmi. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What about you, Fathi? Where are you working now?
I'm fine too. Now I'm working at Sekolah Kebangsaan Pangnindaslanger as a teacher. I teach history subject.
Wow, that sounds good. I love history too. Can you share with me about that?
Yes, Helmi. Of course I can. Let's go to other place. I'll share with you.
Let's go. AT lounge area.
Helmi, let's take a seat.
Sure. Thank you. Fathi. Now you can share with me about history. I'm very excited to hear that.
First, I want to share with you about the definition of history. History is about any meaningful past events. History comes from the root word sejarah, which literally means tree, or figuratively means origins. A historian analyzes past records and documents its findings in the form of writing, visual image or interactive film.
Wow, that's a good fact from you. Fathi, can you share with me about the incident of history in our country?
For instance, the 31st of August 1957 is regarded as a historic date because it documents the independence of Persekutuan Tanah Melayu from foreign colonization. Yang Teramat Mulai Tunku Abdul Rahman Putra Al-Hai declared this date as the Independence Day. It was announced at Merdeka Stadium, Kuala Lumpur. Independence paved ways also for development in multiple sectors, such as agriculture, industrial, education and information technology.
Whoa, that's incredible. Now I want to ask you about the definition of history from historian.
That's a good question, Helmi. Let me share about what has been said by Herodotus. He defined history as an analysis of human behavior and reasons for their actions undertaking. Others historian, Ibn Khaldun defined history at a societal perspective by analyzing its respective culture and changes on society behavior.
That's cool. Now can you share with me about characteristics of history, Fathi?
Of course. Firstly, characteristics of a history must be an accurate factual. Secondly, it must have meaningful significance. And lastly, it explains cause and effect of an event.
What about sources of history, Fathi? Can you share with me about that?
Sources of history divided by two: primary sources and secondary sources. Primary sources are immediate, first-hand accounts of a topic, from people who had a direct connection with it. Primary sources can include text of laws and other original documents, newspaper reports who witnessed an event or who quote people who did. Other than that, primary sources also include original research, photograph, video or audio that capture an event.
Wow! Now, what about secondary sources, Fathi?
Secondary sources are one step removed from primary sources, though they can often quote or otherwise use primary sources. Secondary sources can include most books about a topic, analysis or interpretation data and documentaries by photos or video portions that can be considered primary sources.
Thanks for sharing.
Sorry Helmi, I have work to do. Can I go now?
Meanwhile, Mira is waiting Helmi at the cafe.
Sorry Mira, I'm late.
Never mind. Please have a seat. Actually, Helmi, I want to ask you a favor.
What is it? Just tell me, Mira.
Helmi, I am wondering how the respiratory system works in human body. Do you know how it works?
Oh, I see. The primary organs of the respiratory system are lungs, which carry out this exchange of gases as we breathe. Red blood cells collect the oxygen from the lungs and carry it to the parts of the body where it is needed.
Wow. Now I know how it works. Can you suggest how to make a model out of it?
Oh, that's very easy. First, we need a pair of scissors, 3 large balloons, 2 rubber bands, an electrical tape, a plastic, 2 bottles, a flexible plastic tubing, and a Y-shaped hose connector.
Yeah, I got it, Helmi. But, can you explain which items represent the respiratory organ?
My pleasure. In this model, structures of the respiratory system are represented as follows. The plastic bottle represents the chest cavity. Plastic tubing as the trachea, Y-shaped connector as bronchi, balloons inside bottle as lungs, and balloon covering bottom of the bottle as diaphragm.
Yes. Now I'm clearly understood about the model of respiratory system. Thanks, my dearest Helmi. Let me treat you.
Whoa, thank you. Till we meet again. See you.
As a conclusion, we can use the things around us in conducting an experiment in science world. As for history, we need to remember all the sacrifice made by freedom fighter. On the other hand, we need to understand the history from historian, being grateful for the freedom in our country. What is your opinion? Can you imagine how it would be if we use virtual reality to demonstrate our respiratory system? Besides that, how can you show your love and patriotism to our country?